Chapter 9. Emotional Fasting. Choosing Silence over Reaction. 1,050 words. You talk too much. You explain too much. You defend yourself too often. And every time you do, you drain your power. Because here's the truth. Not every moment deserves your energy. Not every argument deserves your words. Not every accusation deserves your defense. Sometimes silence is the sharpest weapon. This chapter is about a discipline most people will never master: emotional fasting. It's the art of restraint, the decision to hold your reaction, to conserve your energy, to protect your peace. Say it with me. Silence protects peace. Reaction feeds chaos. You've been trained your whole life to respond instantly, to explain yourself, to defend your image, to prove your worth. But that's not control. That's conditioning. You don't owe the world your reaction. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You owe yourself your peace. Let's define it clearly. Emotional fasting means you take a break from reacting. You stop feeding your emotions with constant validation, confrontation, and defense. For 24 hours, no explaining, no defending, no reacting. Someone criticizes you? Stay silent. Someone provokes you? Stay calm. Someone misjudges you? Let them. That's your emotional fast. It's not weakness, it's wisdom, because silence doesn't mean surrender. Silence means selection. You choose when and how to engage. That's power. That's control. That's mastery. Most people think silence is passive. It's not. It's strategic. When you stop reacting to everything, you force the world to reveal itself. When you stop defending, people expose their true motives. When you stop explaining, your results start speaking for you. That's the key. Your silence trains the world how to treat you. When you react to every insult, you teach people how to control you. When you explain every choice, you teach people to question you. But when you stay silent, you teach people that your peace is untouchable. You have a choice: feed chaos with reaction or protect peace with silence. Let's make it practical. How do you practice emotional fasting? Step 1. Recognize your triggers. Notice who or what pulls you out of peace. Every time you feel the urge to respond, stop. That's your moment of truth. Ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? Or does my silence say more? Step 2. Delay your response. You don't have to answer immediately. You don't have to fight every battle in real time. Silence gives you time, and time gives you control. Step 3. Replace reaction with reflection. Instead of replying, review. What lesson is this moment trying to teach you? What part of your ego is being tested? Remember, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Let's take a real-world example. You get a disrespectful message. Someone attacks you online. Your instinct says, clap back, defend yourself, correct them. But you stop. You breathe. You say to yourself, silence protects peace, reaction feeds chaos. You delete the draft, you put down the phone, you walk away. That's not losing, that's leadership. Because when you refuse to engage with pettiness, you elevate above it. Your silence just said more than any response ever could. Let's talk about something deeper. Energy. Every reaction costs energy. Mental, emotional, spiritual. And if you're constantly reacting, you're constantly depleting. You wonder why you're tired all the time? Why you feel drained after every argument? Because your energy is leaking through every emotional reaction you feed. Every unnecessary word you speak is an energy expense. Every emotional reply is a withdrawal from your peace account. It's not about being silent forever. It's about learning when silence is smarter than speech. Because when you stop reacting, you start observing. And observation builds intelligence. Silence is not submission. Silence is a filter. It separates what matters from what doesn't. You don't have to explain growth. You don't have to defend discipline. You don't have to justify peace. That's the trap. They want to pull you back into noise because noise keeps you predictable. Noise keeps you emotional. Noise keeps you weak. But when you go quiet, they lose access. They can't feed off your reaction anymore. They can't measure your mood. They can't manipulate your energy. Because silence is mystery, and mystery is strength. Understand this. Your silence will offend people who depended on your reactions. They'll call you cold. They'll call you distant. They'll call you arrogant. Let them. They're just uncomfortable because they can't control you anymore. You're not being distant, you're being disciplined. You're not cold, you're conserving heat for the right battles. You have a choice. Be emotionally available for chaos or emotionally disciplined for peace. That's the difference between a reactor and a master. When you choose silence, something incredible happens. Your inner voice gets louder. You start hearing your thoughts clearly. You start seeing situations objectively. You start realizing that not everything needs fixing. Not every fire needs fighting. Because sometimes the best move is no move. Sometimes the most powerful statement is none at all. That's emotional fasting, detoxing from the addiction to react. You start fasting from chaos, you start feasting on peace. Let's go deeper. There's a reason monks, soldiers, and leaders practice silence. It's not just peace, it's power. A monk's silence builds awareness. A soldier's silence builds readiness. A leader's silence builds authority. They all understand the same law. Stillness commands respect because silence says, I control me, you don't. You don't need their permission to stay silent. You don't need their validation to remain calm. You don't need their understanding to protect your energy. That's the key. You don't need their noise to prove your voice. So here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, practice emotional fasting. No explaining, no defending, no reacting. Let the world spin, let people talk, let opinions rise and fall. You stay silent, stay calm, stay grounded. Watch what happens. Watch how peaceful you feel. Watch how powerful you become. Because silence isn't the absence of strength, it's the proof of it. You have mastered the art of restraint. You have learned to protect your peace by withholding your reaction. Now you're ready for the next level of emotional control. It's time to stop just surviving your emotions and start transforming them. Chapter 10, The Final Shift, Becoming the Eye of the Storm. Let's talk about how to stay unshakable, calm in chaos, focused in noise, untouchable in energy.